In this video, I came up with a brand new spanking idea to transform a Minecraft ancient city into a nether city. This build took me over 10,000 hours to make. Okay, maybe not 10,000 hours, but it took me ages, so a like would be much appreciated. Okay, I've actually already located an ancient city, and I think it's over this way. Okay, this is the place. However, I'm going to need some wool and night vision potions, so let me go get those. Straight after I collected my wool and night vision potions, I made my way back to the city and started clearing out the shriekers. But then something very, very bad happened. One of the shriekers got triggered. Oh, okay, it's dark, it's scary. I'm scared of the dark. Oh, okay, it's good again. I then cleared out some more and the exact same thing happened. However, this time it was much worse. An actual warden spawned and I instantly had to get out of there with my elytra. Oh, okay, big guy, you look angry. You want a golden carrot? No? Alright, this isn't Minecraft, this is a horror game. Alright, we good. Again? Seriously? Why? This guy is fast. Jeez. Okay, that's a lot of damage. The warden was going to be a serious problem. This guy could basically one-tap me even if I got near him. I flew away but was left on one heart. This is going to be way more difficult than I thought it was. And bam, first totem pop. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, my friend Minecraft Curios has challenged me to complete 3 tasks whilst doing this project. And if I fail to complete them, I have to smash all these eggs on my head, and I really don't want to do that. My actual heart at this point was pumping like insane. This warden was no joke. I needed to drink another night vision potion to at least see where I was going. And I finally found an exit. Right, I'm going to have to wait for them to despawn before I go back down there. You mad? Alright, now that they're gone, I'm going to split this into sections. I'm going to have one over there, and one over there, and one more right over there. This build is going to look absolutely nuts, and I can't wait to start on it. To get this build done, I was going to need 18 plus shulkers of nether bricks, 18 plus shulkers of blackstone, 2 shulkers of each netherwood, 6 shulkers of basil, 1 shulker of both black and red wool, 9 shulkers of netherrack, and 6 shulkers of nether foliage. That was a lot of words and items. Alright, let's get to gathering. I packed up my shulkers and headed to the nether in search for some nether bricks. Once I arrived at the fortress, I killed a few blazes, placed down my shulkers, and got to digging. 18 shulkers is a lot, but this build had to be done, and it had to be done quickly too. Beep. Boop. Okay, that should be good, I think. After filling up the shulkers, which took me a solid 2 hours of mining, I then packed away my stuff in the ender chest and made my way back home. Nice. That's one set of the items gathered. I've realized that whilst mining all of those nether bricks, I seriously damaged my silk pick and was going to need to make another one. I went to the enchantment table to enchant the bad boy and... Yo, those are the exact enchants I need. Lucky days. Bada bim bada boom, mission new pick completed. Straight after that, I headed to my enderman farm to get XP to fix my old pick. Netherrack farming was next. And to be honest, I was looking forward to this one. I just love holding down one button and insta-mining like 20 blocks in 1 second. In fact, I'm pretty sure everyone loves it. It's so satisfying. Okay, I'm like 1 XP away from level 50. This little guy's about to get it. There we go. And lovely, that's another one ticked off the list. I think let's do the netherwoods next. Okay, so whilst you guys sit back and enjoy this lovely time lapse, you should consider leaving a like as this Excuse me, I was talking. As I was saying, if you could leave a like on the video, that would be much appreciated, as these vid takes ages to make. You could also subscribe whilst you're at it too. Only if you feel like it though. After collecting all the wood, packing up, and ticking that one off the list too, I then decided to collect the basalt next. I'm not gonna lie, this block is kinda ugly. And you can't insta-mine it either. How disappointing. Next, I murdered a few magma babies just because they existed, packed up the last of the basalt, and headed back. That's half of the items collected. Very nice. Let's do the black and red wool next. Instead of just breeding sheep, I decided to make a sheep farm for the sheep. To make the sheep farm, however, I was going to need a sheep in order to breed more sheep. So I crafted 2 leads and set off to look for, you guessed it, sheep. On my search for the sheep, I ended up finding a frog. And yes, I do admit I got a bit distracted, but he was so cute, okay? And I always wanted a pet frog. I put the little guy on the lead and tried to drag him in the air with me. However, the lead snapped, so instead I had to drag him slowly back to the base. I put him next to my dog, and for a minute I was trying to think of a name, and I finally came up with the name Frogitis. I personally think Frogitis is the best frog's name ever. Okay, maybe I should make you a home. And that's exactly what I did. I got rid of this painting and decided to extend my base just a bit for Frogolius. After digging a little ditch, I then placed this glowstone above. What is going on with this cobblestone? This guy levitating. Then I got to decorating a bit. Fast forward a bit and I'm decorating and adding some grass and dirt blocks to make it look more at home for my frog. I then filled it with water from ice and made my way to my crafting table to craft some shears to get some water themed items. The idea is he feels at home and not kidnapped and dragged into some random guy's house. Did I do a bit too much and get completely distracted with the main mission? Yes. Was it worth it? Yes. Okay, now that that's done, let's get back to material gathering. What was I looking for again? Yes. Sheep. I found them pretty quickly and grabbed 2. Although I think I'm too fast for them because the leads snapped and they kind of just stood there. And I'm pretty sure they ate the leads because they vanished into oblivion. After finally getting these sheep to my base, I strapped them to a fence and forced them to live there whilst I make the AFK sheep farm. It took me a while to make the farm, but once I had it, I shoved one of the sheep in and magically made him red. I then took the other sheep and went home to make a bunch of shears. I put all the shears in the dispensers and got the farms running by shearing both the sheep. Okay, now I just got to AFK for a bit. Okay, let's check how much wool we have. Hey, that's actually nice. And how about the black wool? Okay, lovely. That's the wool completed too. Ding. Okay, that one's off the list too. With only 2 main materials left to collect, I made my way to the nether to get the foliage or whatever you want to call it, and other nether based blocks. With all that mined, collected, and stored, only 1 more to go. Nice. But I need to repair my tools first. Okay, lovely. Let's go. I mined out a bunch of a bastion and then trickshotted this ghast like an absolute master, if I do say myself, and went home to tick the final one off the list. Okay, that's all the materials collected. Let me just craft and gather some final bits and bobs. Nice. Alright, let's get to building. I took a leap into my dugout hole and started moving my shulkers there. Whilst doing this, it made me realize how many materials I actually gathered. That is a lot. And how now I can finally start the interesting part of my whole project, the building. I decided I want to start working on the entrance corridor area, so I started digging out the entrance and replacing it with nether bricks. I then started adding in some more randomish blocks such as polished Blackstone bricks and things like that. And then next, the roof. After spending some time on the roof and finally completing it, I flew down to have a look at how it was looking, and I was very happy with it. Okay, that's nice. I think I'm going to start working on the pillars next. This should be fun. All right, let's transform these pillars here. Can't forget the lantern. Cannot forget the lantern. The first entrance area was starting to look pretty transformed at this point, so I started digging out the sideway hallway area. Oh, let's transform this chest here. Whilst doing this, I thought, why not replace some white candles and make them red? Red looks cooler, right? Wow, it's looking very nethery, and I mean, that's kind of the point, but still, it's looking good. Let's get this next chest room transformed as well now. With all of that complete and it was looking really nice, I then realized I should probably start working soon on the cave walls. I spent some more time clearing out the area and then ended up finding a notch apple, which was perfect because that's another challenge ticked off the list. After that, I did some more replacing and clearing and then started blackstoning the walls. Yes, blackstone walls looks really nice. Adds an even darker feel to it all. Although with all this blackstoning, I seem to run out of blackstone. How very sad. I was going to need a load of it, so I made my way to the end to kill some shulkers for shulker boxes. After killing an entire generation of shulkers, I went home and crafted them up into shulker boxeroonies. I was going to use a bartering farm of mine, and I was going to need some gold as well, so I collected all the gold I had in ores, powered up as much as possible, and got to mining them. Soon after, I started smelting them, but it wasn't going to be even close to enough, so I decided to go for some AFK sessions at my golden bartering farm. Next, after taking a nice break and AFKing for a while, I went to see how much stuff I've collected, and oh boy was I satisfied. Wow, okay, that's a nice amount. Let me craft all this into gold blocks. Nice, okay, now let me get all the blackstone next. Lovely. I then started on the roof and managed to do a nice amount, but I realized my tools needed repairing, so I made my way to the beginning. The end. After slaughtering half the world's population of Endermen, I strolled back into my house and repaired all the tools that I needed. The final mission, to kill the Warden. I found another ancient city and set off one of the Shriekers. I was then greeted with darkness and went back to take cover and drink my strength potion. Where is this guy at? Oh, there he is. I landed as many bow shots as possible and went into my little dugout corridor. And bam, the first sonic boom hit, and oh boy do those do damage. I popped my notch apple and charged into battle. After landing tons of crits, he followed me into my little corridor and brutally started flinging his arms towards me. And then I finally got the kill. The final challenge was complete. Okay, nice. Back to mining and placing and mining and placing and placing and mining. After finishing with all the blackstone and removing all the dirt, which I think looked really, really sweet, I was then next going to work on the central statue thingy-majiggy. I decided to start with the outer wall. Bam. Outer wall is finished. Now let's start on the ground in between the walls. Bam, that's done as well. Next is the inner walls, which didn't take me that long. I finished that and then started on the base of the actual statue. Nice, nice, okay. Now let me build the actual statue itself. And voila, all done. Nice, nice, nice. Now that the statue was finished, I have to start transforming the surrounding cave. So I made a little dirt bridge and got to work. Some of these blocks were insta-mined and were very pleasant to break. However, some of the others, not so pleasant. After finishing the whole cave, which looked absolutely fabulous, I then had to start on the other 3 corridors. I chose one of 3 hallways, got my blocks out my shulkers, and started digging. I first started off with the carpet, and and then the fencing area next. You know what'd be pretty cool? If I take this water and turn it into lava, don't you think? And that is exactly what I did. I made my way through the portal and filled up some buckets of lava. There was also a patch of cave still left to do, so I patched it up really quickly. Soon after, I went on a killing spree of Endermen. And then got to work on the second corridor. Doing the exact same thing as last time and then replacing some final bits and bobs, this hallway was also completed. I then noticed a lot of unsorted cave roof and built up to fix it and replace it. Okay, that should be good. The last corridor was next and I finished that up pretty quickly. Then after, I worked on the final pillars and statues. Bish, bosh, bash. And last but not least, this final cave wall area. And bam, the whole ancient city was transformed. I flew around for like 15 minutes straight, just admiring the build and appreciating the hard work I put into it. Thanks guys for watching this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. And if you enjoy these kind of videos, make sure to join my Discord and give me tons of new building ideas. Bye guys.